Hello everyone, welcome back. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button to help us out and ensure more stories like this keep coming. Now, let's continue with the tale. I discovered my wife being unfaithful, but as I gathered my things to leave, she yelled phrases I'll always remember. The quiet in our bedroom was denser than any fight we'd ever experienced. It was overwhelming, like the room itself was shrinking as I gazed at the unpacked bag on our mattress. Just 60 minutes before, I'd arrived home ahead of schedule to delight Emily on our special day. Instead, I walked in on her in our sheets with someone I'd considered my closest buddy from school days. I didn't yell. I didn't swing a fist. And I didn't linger for the lame justifications already tumbling from her mouth. I just headed to the wardrobe and began stuffing clothes, my fingers trembling as the material of my tops rubbed against me like grit. Emily positioned herself by the entrance, draped in a blanket. Her expression blended remorse with an odd, growing bitterness. "Liam, please. It was an error. It meant nothing," she begged. But her tone lacked genuine sorrow. It came across more like annoyance that her hidden affair was revealed. I remained silent. I tucked my computer and travel document into the bag's side compartment. The crisp noise of the fastener sealing seemed like the last thump of a fading pulse. The disloyalty wasn't solely about what I'd witnessed. It was the devastating awareness that the past 5 years of my existence had rested on deceptions. I'd pulled extra hours to fund her advanced degree. I'd supported her through each professional setback, and this was the milestone gift she'd arranged for me. I closed the luggage and pivoted to confront her, my face blank, mirroring the unclear path forward. "I'm departing, Emily. My legal advisor will reach out regarding the property and other holdings," I stated evenly. Without the theatrics she likely anticipated, I seized the suitcase's grip, prepared to exit and never glance behind. But as I moved to the doorway, her demeanor shifted abruptly. The phony sobs vanished. Her gaze became icy and piercing. She dashed ahead of me, obstructing my path with abrupt urgency. "You believe you can simply abandon me?" she shrieked, her voice so intense it appeared to rattle the glass panes. "You think you're the one who's hurt? You're worthless without me, Liam. I only strayed because you're dull, routine, a loser who can't hold his spouse's attention." She advanced nearer until her features were mere inches from mine. Then she bellowed the statements that will linger with me eternally. "I'm expecting, Liam, and it's not your child. It's his, and you'll cover every aspect of that kid's upbringing, since your signature is still on our wedding certificate." The revelation struck me like a blow to the gut, robbing me of air right there in the corridor. But as the astonishment faded, a cool, firm insight took its place. Emily was grinning smugly now, certain she'd ensnared me for the coming 18 years. She thought her admission had bound me to her indefinitely, but she overlooked one crucial fact. I handled our coverage and health documents. "Is that right, Emily?" I inquired softly, my composed voice disturbing her more than rage ever might. I didn't pause for a reply. I brushed by her, snatched my car keys, and departed. For the following couple of hours, I remained in my workspace, examining records she wasn't even aware of. 3 months prior, I'd undergone a standard health check for a life coverage plan. I accessed the file and fixated on the emphasized verification of something I'd long known, but never disclosed. A youthful sickness had rendered me entirely infertile. I wasn't the tedious underachiever she labeled me as. I was a guy harboring a personal secret, holding off for the perfect moment to suggest we explore adoption options. I didn't phone her. I didn't go back to debate. Instead, I forwarded my health report, together with the dated video from our entryway surveillance, capturing my supposed friend arriving at the residence during my work hours, straight to my lawyer. Emily assumed the rules would compel me to finance her infidelity. She was on the verge of learning that reality slices sharper than any falsehood. I booked a room at a lodge, requested a beverage, and observed as her panicked texts started overwhelming my device. 7 days later, the resolution I merited began to take shape. My attorney petitioned for an invalidation citing deceit, employing my medical evidence to demonstrate the baby couldn't possibly be mine, sidestepping a drawn-out and agonizing separation. Emily's life crumbled. The guy she selected over me vanished the instant he heard about the expectancy, abandoning her isolated without aid, and a standing now murmured about across our mutual acquaintances. I relaxed in my fresh living space, inhaling an atmosphere free of her scent, and sensed a tranquility I hadn't felt in ages. Her effort to shatter me had turned into my liberation. I utilized the proceeds from the home sale to start the adventure photography venture I'd delayed for her job. For the first occasion, my existence genuinely was mine. I wasn't a fallback. I wasn't a disappointment. I was a person who had weathered a tempest and come out tougher. The quiet surrounding me was no longer burdensome. It brimmed with potential. If you found out your whole existence was founded on falsehoods, would you remain to battle for honesty or step away into independence? Almost 90% of our audience hasn't joined yet. If you like this narrative, please tap that icon and view our upcoming clip on a startling Reddit account where a spouse reveals the facts about his disloyal companion.